Good morning, or good evening, I should say. Good evening. My name is Naomi Esther Blemire. I am the chairwoman for the North Miami Commission for Women. This is our Thursday, May 30th, 2024 meeting, and we call this meeting into order. At this time, we would ask Vice Chair Magda Demerit to lead us into the Pledge of Allegiance.
Sure. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. At this time, we're going to have the North Miami we're going to have Madame Katia Filippo, who is going to do the roll call.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Madam Chair Naomi Blemire,
Present.
Vice Chair Dr. Magda Demerit,
Present.
Board Member Narissa Glickman,
Present.
Board Member Rose Grand-Pierre,
Present.
Board Member Dr. Emanuela Florima, and Board Member Dr. Marie Etienne. You have quorum to proceed.
Thank you, Katia. Just for purposes of clarification, we have new discussion, two presentations. Presentation number 1 and presentation number 2 is being taken off of the agenda due to a conflict in schedule. Okay, which is going to lead us into presentation number 3. Tonight, I would like to propose or introduce a quarterly networking event, Cocktails and Conversations in strategic partnership with the esteemed League of Women Voters of Miami-Dade County. This partnership will assist us in enhanced civic engagement. Collaborating with the League of Women Voters of Miami-Dade County offers a unique opportunity to foster increased civic engagement within the North Miami community. And 2, it will help us to broaden our representation. The League of Women Voters has a long-standing commitment to promoting inclusivity and amplifying the voices of those that are underrepresented and groups that are underrepresented in the political process. And at this time, I would like to place a motion on the floor for approval.
I have a motion by Dr. Naomi Blemire, Chair, to proceed with the proposal of the quarterly networking event with Cocktails and Conversation in partnership with the League of Women Voters of Miami-Dade. Do I have a second?
I second it.
I didn't hear, I'm sorry.
I second it.
Okay, thank you. And seconded by Board Member Glickman. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Your motion passes 4-2 vote.
Thank you so very much. At this time, we would proceed with old business with the update on the 2nd Annual Women Health and Wellness Conference with Dr. Emanuela not present as of yet. We are going to move on with our second update on the NOMI Business Masterclass for 50 female startups. Last year, we had an extraordinary presentation by a well-known business owner and a masterclass coach that came before this board and presented this 6-week masterclass. We voted and we adopted it, and today we are presenting it for discussion. We have a goal of $25,000 to raise in order to move this initiative forward. At this time, I would like to open for discussion. How will we proceed in raising these funds?
I'll go ahead and kick off the discussion here. So when we met last and we began having the discussion, we talked about approaching the council on whether or not they would be able to support this initiative with maybe some of their funds that they have in their discretionary. We talked about that being an avenue to raise funds.
Excellent. Anyone else?
If I may, Madam Chair. Last night, we had a wonderful event at the CAS with the League of Women Voters, and it was a collaborative effort between the League and the Commission for Women of North Miami, and we understood that it was also a type of fundraising for both parties. So therefore, since we just voted on this initiative, may it continue to fundraise. Thank you.
Yes, Commissioner Rose, I echo your sentiments. It was a wonderful event last night, but as we can see, it was attended. However, it was not overwhelmingly attended, and so we are waiting on a report on how much funds were raised. And so I will present that report once I receive it, preferably at our next meeting, which is scheduled for June 18th. However, if we are to move forward in raising $25,000, I think that this quarterly initiative is just a drop in the bucket. I would like to see us put together a robust plan on raising these funds. I myself have already raised $2,000. And that is from me just speaking to small business owners in the city of North Miami, sharing the initiative with them, letting them know how we went about it, the role of the commission, and why we have decided to do that. And so I truly believe that if we actually start taking if we start actually putting in effort into raising these funds, I truly believe we will have success. And so I would like to present to you all that we put together a package, right, for sponsors, and allow these sponsors to get advertisement from this 6-week to 7-week program that we will host. And at the end of the program, where we would be, it's actually Business Month, which is the month of October, and we would be commemorating these 50 women who would have gone through this process in establishing their business, giving these small businesses the opportunity to introduce themselves and their businesses to the city and the women. So that's one thing that I am proposing that we do in order to get sponsors from small businesses, both male and female, who would be interested in supporting this initiative. Anything else?
So as I was watching one of the council meetings, I believe the North Miami Chamber of Commerce, they are getting a grant for working with women entrepreneurs, new women-owned businesses. So grant money is usually earmarked for activity. So you ask for money to do certain things, and so they give you the money to do those certain things. However, I think that might be a good opportunity to have a discussion with them to see what opportunities exist for us to collaborate and put together efforts to, in case they may have additional funds, maybe they might be able to support the initiative or maybe collaborate with the grant that they're getting.
Excellent. So, we are blessed to have our city chief of staff with us tonight. Ms. Filippo, we would like to present to you the request to draft a letter, that a letter of sponsorship that can go out to the North Miami Chamber of Commerce and to those that are already doing business with the city that would be interested in supporting this initiative. And at the next meeting next month, if you can present to us a list of these individuals, and we can look at the current business model they have, and we can shape letters that actually speaks to their interests and see if we will be able to get that support. Madam Filippo, would that be okay?
Yes.
Thank
I'm sorry,
you so
I'm writing.
No, that's fine. Thank you so
Yes.
very much.
May we also include communication with the council?
Absolutely. I believe in our last meeting, we did ask for Dr. Etienne to spearhead that. So let's put so we would have two separate letters, one letter to community businesses and stakeholders, and then a separate letter to elected officials
In the chamber.
and the chamber.
Yeah, well, that's included for the stakeholders. Okay.
Awesome.
Excellent. And you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb here and request a letter sent to our first female mayor of Miami-Dade County and see if she would be interested in supporting this initiative. Anyone else?
No, at this time, we would like to go ahead and acknowledge.
Excellent. At this time, it's 7:13. We acknowledge Dr. Emmanuela Fleurimont. Okay, right before we go back to the second annual Women Health and Wellness Conference, are there any ideas, any thoughts, any suggestions on how we can move forward in raising, well, now I'm going to say 23,000 because we've already raised 2,000 of the 25. Any other thoughts? Okay. As I am looking at the agenda, I noticed that actually item number 1, we will go back to it now. Thank you, Katya, for making those corrections. Okay, so then as we go back to item number 1, we're all good on beginning steps, I should say, to raising the $25,000. Are there any other thoughts? Dr. Florimond, do you have anything that you would like to add?
At the conference, I was thinking and then share with Norisa, like all the gifts that they donated to us, like we're gonna have baskets that we're gonna discuss later on. Those baskets, we're gonna do, how to call, no, it's not raffle, no. Option with it, and then to see if let the money that we collected for those can go toward that at that event.
Okay. All right, so right before we go,
And also we will sell raffle tickets. We're gonna have 2 different raffle, one $5, one $10 to the participants. So all this money can go to our budget for,
To the budget in the general
To-
fund.
yeah, the general fund, yes.
excellent, excellent. Okay, thank you. At this time, we're going to close the discussion on the update on NOMI Business Masterclass. We're requesting that Chief of Staff Katia Filippo put together 2 letters, or we can say 3 letters. 1 letter specifically for the Mayor of Miami-Dade County, Daniela Levine Cava, a letter to current city council members and mayor, and then a letter for small businesses and stakeholders within the city of North Miami to be presented at our next meeting and to be distributed that following day. Okay, And going back to new discussion, with the understanding that we are collecting funds for a specific initiative that we are rolling out, the 50 female startups, I would like to put a nomination, an election of the Commission for Women Treasurer. I think that we have all seen how tight it is with staff right now. If we were to actually put upon them the responsibility to collect checks for us, to keep us updated on how much money is coming in and how that money is being spent, I truly believe it would be a disservice to them. And so I believe that it behooves us to actually set up an infrastructure among us where we can take care of what we can take care of without them. And we reach out to them when necessary. And so at this time, I would like to put the motion on the floor that we select a treasurer for the Commission for Women going forward. Are we all in agreement?
Question. Are
Yes.
we selecting a treasurer amongst ourselves? Okay.
So yes, we will take nominations. I wanted to present this because at the start of us organizing as a board, we never discussed having a treasurer. And now that we're moving forward with this initiative, I do believe that we need a buffer between staff and the board in order to do three things. Number one, keep abreast of the amount of donations that are coming in, who is giving the donations, and when those donations are given to the city and goes into our account, and that person will keep a monthly roll of how much money we have coming in.
So that was my question, because I think all of it is okay short of actually handling money. So is there any rule against or for or regarding how we would touch money if that's a thing? Because I think we can have someone that can keep track, that can say, okay, this person donated this, it was given to the city on this date, but actually handling money,
The checks.
that's where I pause.
So I actually, just seeing Board Member Glickman also giving me looks, that's actually the question that came to mind while speaking, Dr. Blemire. I would ask that I do my due diligence of speaking with, I do everything with our city attorney's office.
Perfect.
They're the ones who drafted the resolution and ordinances when it comes to the order of boards and committees. And as I said, you guys are our first committee or commission that is just as active as you guys are. So we are, as much as we want to be able to move at your pace, we do want to ensure that we are doing our due diligence and ensuring that we're not running into issues. As far as for receiving money, I can tell you from experience and other past boards that we have received donations on behalf of the board. It can come from you and then provided with the memo, with the information because it has to be done and deposited by staff or the city rather. So it is okay for you guys to receive donations as long as it is properly noted, are documented, and provided to the staff person to make the donation to our finance and that process, because we have a process of how we receive donations, allocated, through memos to our finance department. So you guys can do that. What I am trying to confirm is ensuring that you guys are allowed to appoint board members, like
A treasurer
treasurer,
within.
secretary, like things like that.
Okay, great.
That's what I now thought, and I wish I did, so I could have had that information to you tonight, which I apologize, as you know, there's a million things happening, but I want to make sure I have the correct information, because at the same time, you to get a treasurer, we may not be a treasurer, it may be just like a liaison where it's a committee, and that person is a chair of that particular committee within your board, if that makes sense.
Got it.
So I'm just going to verify that. So if you allow me by next meeting, I can be able to provide you that information.
So at this
Excellent.
time, I would like to put a motion to move this item under, 4-1
Yes.
to the June 18th meeting.
Okay, great.
but just the same way you guys are making your, sorry for just a thought.
No, go
The
right
same way you guys are making your effort for fundraising, you guys can still very much do that. Donations are still welcome. Like I said, there is a process. What we do is draft like a memo to finance and say, this is the line item, because you guys have a particular line item and account number, so that we advise this amount is being donated to this account number, and then that's how it's, labeled. An example is our youth council. We've had several donations made to our youth council, and with that process, okay?
So let me ask you this, Madam Filippo, when the youth council receives a donation, they do not have a specific person who's responsible to collecting the donation?
No, there's
Okay.
not a particular specific person.
Okay, and then once they give it to you, on the check, is there a memo that says youth council in the
Yes,
memo?
you can put a memo in the check that says Commission for Women. That's done for all donations. As you can imagine, we receive several donations for a lot of our programs,
Mhm.
events, and initiatives. So you could put a memo on the check where it says where it's dated from, or it can be accompanied with a letter or a memo specifying that this donation is for X, Y, and Z.
Perfect.
And we internally have a process with the memo and how it's done to finance.
Excellent.
I
Okay,
have a
so-
question,
Yes.
please. Now, in this particular case, no cash would be possible
No.
unless it will be check check only.
Yeah, oh, it would be check on.
Check
We
only.
prefer check. There are instances where we receive cash. We provide receipts for that as well. But most donations are done via check.
Yeah, I mean, remember, this is donations in upwards of, the 2 commitments that I've gotten, or 3 commitments that I've gotten so far, covers $2,000. It's not small amounts. So
Yeah.
I think that 99.9% of the time, we would be getting checks, right?
Yes.
Okay, so just for now, just in case, if anyone were to receive any check between now and the 18th, we will ensure that the check is addressed to the city of North
Correct.
Miami.
Correct.
In the memo section, it would go to Commission for Women.
Correct.
Are we all?
And that also goes for any fundraising efforts you make for your event. Like I know you just mentioned about an auction and you mentioned about raffles. So that's going to be cash. You can count them, have a way that you document exactly line how much.
This is why I think we absolutely need a treasurer, because
I understand.
somebody needs to be responsible, and it cannot be that, oh, no one is responsible, we're all responsible. No, there's no accountability.
I understand, but like I mentioned several times, this is a process that is new to us, and we want to ensure we're adhering and not over, So
Excellent. So as Vice Chair Dr. Magda Demaret stated, we're going to move it to the June 18th. In the meantime, if anyone is able to obtain a donation for this specific initiative or in support of the Commission for Women, it will state, the check will be written out to the city of North Miami. In the memo, it will say Commission for Women. And I think just to make sure that we keep track of how much we are raising for the startup, it should say Commission for Women -50 female startup, right? Just to make sure that there's no miscommunications, and we know that these funds are coming in, and we know exactly how much they are. Okay, and then at our next meeting, Madam Filippo, you will be able to let us know what the attorney said. Okay, and then we go back to discussion number 2. As chairwoman for the Commission for Women, I don't know about everybody else, but it is extremely overwhelming when we have events coming up and there are specific things that need to get done that, for whatever reason, are not getting done. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter why it's not getting done. The point is, it's not getting done. I have researched a lot of other Commission for Women, especially the Miami-Dade, which is a great model for us due to the fact that they have been in existence for over 50 years. and they're doing a phenomenal job. And they, even if Miami-Dade County were 50% women, they're serving over 1 point something million women. And so I think that looking at their structure, looking at how they run their commission is a great model for us. And this is why tonight I am presenting for discussion the recommendation to the mayor, the North Miami mayor and council for an executive director for this board and the youth council, because I know that while we did not have a liaison, the youth council also were going through many challenges as well. And so I know that as a professional woman volunteering my time on this board, it was challenging. Can you imagine young high school students going through exactly what we've been going through for months now? And so it would not just be for our board, but it would also be for the youth council. And I think that that would really help us to better serve the 30,000 plus women in the city. At this time, I open it up for discussion, beginning with Commissioner Rose. What are your thoughts?
Definitely, I agree with you that we need an executive director to help us with the load that we have. I am all for it.
Vice Chairman Dr. Magda Demaret.
My only questions are administrative, and that would be to Ms. Felipe about how that would look, what that would be structured, but I do agree that it is quite a bit, and the support would definitely be helpful. And if this person can serve for both us and the youth council, that would be great.
Commissioner Glickman.
To me, I think it's very good to help everybody, including the kid, but I will concentrate and focus on helping women first. We just started 1 year. We need to address to those women needed help first. And then when we have extra time, then we will help the rest of the children and needed people. Because this is our goal in here for this city. And we do not have millions of women here. We are only in a city. So it is good to compare the Big Apple from the Miami-Dade, and we are small city here. Of course, we are going to learn the model. And I'm happy to know that we have very strong chair in here that like to help everyone. That's her goal. But to me, I just don't want to bother all the other director. I just want to, do what we can in here, just to do little by little, baby step. Thank you.
Commissioner Glickman, or would you be for or against having an executive director?
Of course, I'm in favor, but
Excellent.
I just think that is too much to ask. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Dr. Floimo?
This is another question that we need to ask the city, the chief of staff, if it's something that it's required for board to have a administrative director, and then if it's a pay staff, where we're gonna find that money to pay. So all the clarification needs to be done first before I give my thought in that subject.
Okay, so just for clarification purposes, we are an advisory board. Part of our role is to advise the mayor and council on how to better serve the woman in the city. And so I am proposing that we advise them to hire an executive director. Now, at the point that they decide yes or no, that will be staff's responsibility, specifically the city manager, to identify salary, where how and when they would start that process. Our job here is to assess the needs and present solutions.
But
So-
I think the city has, they have social services that is doing amazing job because I work with them a lot for people in the city that in need. I don't think that the city, for the community that we have living in the city, they are people that in need. Take money out out of the taxpayer just to pay an executive director for a board. So I'm just talking randomly, So if it's something that, that's benefit the economy of the city, all of that we need to put it in consideration, because we're just an advisory board. We're here to help the women. I think that the focus, if we can raise money to pay, if it's a paid salary job, if it's a paid position, we have to make sure that we help the city, not bring more charge to the city, because we still have people, women in the city, single mother, that cannot even pay the water bill. So I don't think that the city can afford another bill. Let's use that money to pay, to help women, single mother, to pay the light bills and water in the city, because people are complaining a lot. So if it's free, we don't have to pay someone will volunteer their time to help us. I am 100% off. But if to take money our taxpayer to pay someone to doing, we can, one of us do. I don't have time, but one of us can, one day it's your time, next day it's my time. We share the message, and then we do what we can do. I'm not agree that the city paying or someone for us.
Dr.
If we have
Fleury-Mont, I'm very, very happy that on the record you said, I don't have time. This is why we
Yeah.
need an executive director. So at this moment, I am going to put a motion on the floor for the North Miami Commission for Women Board to recommend to the North Miami Mayor and Council an executive director that will serve the Commission for Women as well as the Youth Board. The motion is on the floor. Do I hear a second?
A second?
Madam Filippo, let's do a roll call.
I have a motion by Chair Dr. Blemure to recommend to the Mayor and Council for an executive director position for the Commission for Women and for Youth Council.
Correct.
And that motion was seconded by Vice Chair Dr. Magda Demerit. Board Member, sorry, I'm not used to this. Board Member Grandpierre, how do you vote?
Yes.
Vice Chair Demerit, how do you vote?
Yes.
Chair Blemure, how do you vote?
Yes.
Board Member Glickman, how do you vote? And Board Member Fleury-Mont, how do you vote?
If it's a paid position, I vote no. If it's
Okay.
free, I will vote yes.
Okay, so
That's
that would, under the assumption this is for a paid position,
Yeah,
then
I'll say
the answer is no. Okay, this passes with a 4-2, since Dr. Etienne's not here.
Thank you so very much. At this time, we're going to ask Madam Filippo to please put the recommendation together for us to review it and submit it to Mayor and Council.
Okay.
Thank you,
Just for the record, I will do that. I will share that. Most likely you would need that to be sent to them as soon as possible. So I will send that to you via email with how that recommendation will be provided. I will then speak with the city manager, who will speak with the mayor and council on how to have this included. It will have to be on a council agenda so they can have during discussion.
Thank you so very much. And we completely understand that it would have to be budgeted in the budget for October. So we want to be clear that we're not saying this is something that happens tomorrow.
Correct.
Thank you so very much. Okay. Moving right along, at this time, we're going to go back to Section 5, update on the second annual Health and Wellness Conference. Dr. Fleury-Mont, At this time, would you like to present the budget?
I'm looking at how much money we have. We have $3,300.
At this time, before we look at what we have, we would just like to look at the expenses that you would like to
Okay.
present.
According to the previous meeting and conversation that we have, the second annual conference is in collaboration with MJU Wellness and Community Center, which is this company is carry 90% of the cost of the conference. So the Women Commission was in charge of the decor, and so doing the ward, we see that we need a DJ. We need a DJ, and then the cost of the DJ. According to the event coordinator, her charge for the room is $2,500 to do all the setups. She will provide, let me give you the details right now. She will provide centerpieces, chargers, plates, napkins, linens, food table setup, chairs, stage setup, and additional decor for the table outside, like the cocktail tables. Based on the conversation that Dr. Blemire has, one of the DJ in the community, he charges. He said that he sent an invoice for $1,300 for the DJ, and decor. Not decor. That was the only two items that the Women Commission is in charge of. So.
I have a question.
Go
So
ahead.
remember, we, in our planning discussions, Manuela, we talked about, was it possible for
Oh yeah.
her to look at the costs based on registration numbers? Because this cost was for 200, but if we don't have those numbers registered, if we have half, I would imagine it would be half the budget, but I don't know. So
No.
were you able to have a conversation with her about
Yeah,
that?
yeah, I had the conversation with her before I come here. The budget was only for 100 people. It was not for 200.
At this time, how many people do we have reserved?
We have registered this morning at 8. University of Miami, we registered 55 people, but there's people that's not gonna do the process. So we're gonna set up for a projection of 100 people in case of.
So I have a question,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just to piggyback off of Dr. Demerit. If originally we were setting up for 100, right now we have only 55 people registered, 58 people registered. And the budget for decor was based on 100.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe if we go down, 30, 40 people less, there should be a price difference, because you won't have the same amount of tables, you won't have the same amount of linens, you won't have the same amount of centerpieces. And so I think that I would agree with Dr. Demerit. If we have 58 people, we can gauge another 10 to 15 who may be walk-ins, but not 100.
But for the sake of, we know how our community is. The registration it's designed for professionals, so it's long. People may not take the time to do the registration. We don't want to not have enough seat inside for that if we have 100 people, so we cannot serve them. It's better we have them there, and then if they don't come, if we don't have 100, we don't have. But instead of having like only 60 chairs, because we purchase food for 65 people, and then in case we have people that coming. you know, so I don't know if you guys want to take the risk, but we should have more chairs in case we have people who did not register.
So you're saying adjusted their $200 budget for meals down to 65? So they're only providing for 65, is what
No,
you're saying?
we provide food on, when we do conference, they sponsor food for the amount of people that registered in their system, because they have proof of those people will come. But since they do a lot of conference with me, they know the Haitian community, they don't like registration before. So they always add 20 plate more. But I accommodate myself in case. In the morning, if we see that we have more than, expected for the food will be buffet style. So we will go and buy additional if we have 100 people. But if we don't have 100 people, we will we have food for 65 or 68 people so far. I take
Commissioner
care to
Rose,
myself.
do you have any comments?
Not at this time, thank you.
Dr. Magda Demerit, any further comments?
I think we should also adjust our numbers. I think we should follow suit. I am data-driven. Numbers is what I speak. So if we have 58 registered, if we want to give some wiggle room, I say, okay, 65, I would match what they're doing as far as food goes, so that we can get an adjustment on the price of the room decor, because we simply just don't have it in our budget.
So, like, to simplify, based on our budget, how much money you will set aside for decor? So I can talk to, because today it's Thursday, we have Friday. So we have only one day. Last year, I remember it was on Friday, me, Dr. Blemire, and Norisa. It was 11 p.m., if I'm not mistaken. We were in your house preparing flowers, and then you were doing, it was too much for us. So how much money will you set aside so I can go back and talk to her and tell her that we don't have 100, we have 60 people, and then how much, this is what we have. And I know I'm not gonna say she's gonna do it, but she may, unless giving us what, a beautiful things, but she can give us something, help us out.
So before we talk about how much we're going to put aside for the decor, can we get a total number of the budget? How much money do you need?
A total budget.
So you had
okay.
2,500 for decor.
And I think the DJ said 1,300.
Okay.
But
Who else?
no,
What else?
that's it.
Oh, I
That's
do
all.
believe, was there not a proposal for the fitness coach?
No,
For
he
the
didn't.
1 hour?
He didn't request money. And the letter.
Okay. Okay, so then we have
You will give him
decor.
a certificate from the city. All
Okay, so we have decor, we have the
Decor and
DJ. I
Mhm.
did not hear anything about photography.
MJD will pay for that.
Okay, so based on what we have presented here, we have $2,500, we have $1,300. I do believe the fitness person did request about 125. I sent it over to you, Dr. Fleurimont. Do you recall?
Oh, he requests 125.
For the hour? So
Okay.
technically, we are at $39.25. We have exactly $3,306.50. I would caution us not to delete our bank.
No.
And so, the wiggle room, knowing that we are going to have individuals in a room from 9 in the morning to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and we do not want any dead space within those hours. You do need some kind of entertainment. You do need music in order to keep them entertained. And so I understand it is from 9 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon, and so that person you know, this is the cost of their time, and we are okay with that. But I do agree with Dr. Demerit. If we are going to be fiscally responsible, I think that we should follow suit with and drop the amount of people to 65 that we are going to cater for. Ask the decor to set up for 65 individuals, and then if there are additional individuals, we can use the benches that are in
Outside.
at the Scott Galvin Center. We can bring those benches inside that can be a part of the decor, just in case if there are additional people. And then we should move forward with asking the decor company a reduction. Now, at this time, we are specifically, it's 7:47, we are specifically going to discuss what is the reduction. What are we comfortable with, knowing that we have 3306 and 50 cents in the bank, and right now we're talking about $3,925. Commissioner
So-
Rose, what are you comfortable with?
Can I think a little bit more?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Vice Chair Demerit, what are you
Mm.
comfortable with?
So the decor company mentioned that they were doing 2,500 for 100 guests, right? So that equates to 25 per head.
Mhm.
So if we use that math and we reduce the number to 65, that takes us to 1625. So that is still high. It will still do a number on our budget. We'll have to fundraise quite a bit, but I think that that's fair if we are going to count it per head.
Thank you so very much. Commissioner Glitman, your thoughts?
I have a few things I'm thinking about with the decoration.
Mhm.
I have done a few events in here, and in the last minute, I do not want to play with this to negotiate. If they walk away, then we have nothing. So I want to be very careful how to negotiate with them, and I want them to be happy and do a good job. Last minute changing the price is not suggestible to me, but you guys, if you all think that is a good idea, go for it, but I'm absolutely think that this is very dangerous for us to play that route for decoration. We can just mention we have less people, is it possible? That's it, very gentle, that's it, okay? And then for the DJ, if you like me to
Yes, then you
help
can
out,
do- Yes.
yeah, so for 1,300, I find somebody can be all day, from 9 o'clock to 4 o'clock, can be there all day for $300. That's the best I can do, and the gentleman is been working for the mayor, and he is also Haitian, and he know how to please all you ladies, so, and is very young, handsome gentleman, so I think that we can have him to work for us for that. So he's also the vendor for the city.
I
So-
just want to confirm with you all that this $1,300 is not just for music.
No,
It
we
is
have,
it is for videography.
no, that's it. MJD will cover that.
For MJD's is covering the videography.
Yeah, yes, I'd say that the photo, video, and live streaming.
Oh,
They
you
ju-
are covering that.
Yeah, but they just,
What-
I just tell them to do the streaming since I see that it's a lot of, they said to add $200 more to the money because we are paying them $1,000. They say, no, since you asked for live streaming, we're gonna bring staff, etc. So to add something more.
So let's break
So-
down what services they are giving. They are
Which one?
giving the
The
1,300. No, for the 1,300.
No, the 1,300 send the information to you. I don't have it.
Okay.
It's only
I sent
DJ.
it to you, but let me
Oh.
put it up right now. It is not only DJ. It is for recording and DJ. But let me pull it up.
So we're very pleased to know that your company is donating that. And
No,
so-
because
So
the
let's talk about what is, and this is why this is very important. going forward, commissioners, that we submit the budget early and it's item by item so we know who is doing what and, you know, who is paying for what. So
It's been
Dr.
done.
Florimont, MJD is paying for photography, videography,
Mhm.
live
Streaming. I just had it on them because I see we don't have the money. But remember, this event is
No,
the.
hold on.
Yes.
Let's just hammer this out. Photography, videography, live streaming.
Mhm.
Okay, where are we streaming live?
We will streaming the live on MJD's page, and then we will cross post if you guys want to cross post it on the city's page.
Okay, excellent. So right now, we do not need videography. We do not need live streaming. We do not need
No.
photography. We only need a DJ.
That's what we said at the beginning, decor and DJ. That's it. And then now, since I tell them to do live streaming because I see that too many, you know, talking, I want things to done, they said, okay, I need to add $200 more to the money that I'm paying them since, you know, I always ask volunteer. They work with us for a long time. So the only thing you're gonna give, it's $200 to add to the $1,000 that MJD is paying, so we can give them $1,200 for all the work. But that's not their price. They are volunteering for us.
So technically speaking,
Mm-hmm.
Commissioner Glickman is saying that she has a
Yes,
DJ
we
who
find
can
one.
do from 9 to 4 in
For
the amount of how much?
$300.
$300. Okay, perfect.
Fitness.
So what is the 200? So after the $300,
Mhm.
we have the decor, which was at 25. Dr. Magda Demarit offered 1625. We have 300 for a DJ and 200 for
125 for
add-
the fitness coach.
125 for the fitness coach and 200.
200 to add to the money that we are paying to complete the package, the deal that they are giving us.
Okay, so technically speaking, at the 2,500 plus the $300 for the DJ, another 200, and then 125, we are at 3,125. So with that said, we are going to, what's the other thing? How much is the backdrop?
Oh, no, the 300, we take it too.
Oh, thank you.
MJD will take the 300.
No problem. So at the $3,125, I still stand on not using $2,500 of our
decor.
money for decor. I say that in all respect to Commissioner Glickman, who stated that, listen, at the last minute, we don't want to decrease the price, but we also are decreasing the amount of work that is going to be put into it as far as decor. So I would like to present an even $1,750 for decor,
1750, okay, let me,
$300 for the DJ, $200. What is that going to again?
to the $1,000 to make it.
No. Who? What
Or
is
to
it?
to the photographer.
Okay, photography, and then $125. So now.
The sport is 30 minutes, it's not 1 hour. The fitness. It's 30 minutes.
125. Okay, I would like to put a motion on the floor for us to approve a budget of $2,375 for the 2024 second annual Women Health and Wellness Conference. Do I get a second?
Second.
Could you repeat the amount again, please?
We are approving $2,375, $1,750 for decor, $300 for a DJ, $200 for photography, and $125 for the fitness coach. That is a total of $2,375.
Okay.
Roll call?
There's a motion by Chair Blemure to approve the budget of $2,375 for the second annual Health and Wellness Conference. It was seconded by Board Member Dr. Fleury-Mont. Vice Chair Demerit, how do you vote?
Before we vote, I was hearing a piece, what Emanuela and Nori was saying, so I just want to clarify. The fitness coach is for 30 minutes and not an hour, but this 125 is for an hour.
So last year, it is like 45, 50 minutes. That's what we did last year. By the time you set up the people, you do the warm-up, it is a 1 hour. So I think that if we're going to be taking away, trust me, the fitness coach is not where we need to be taking away. So let's move on. And-
What we can do.
Yeah, let's focus on the meat
it-
of it here. Go ahead, Dr. Demerit.
Yes.
Okay, yes, Dr. Demerit.
Board Member Grandpierre,
Yes.
Board Member Glipman,
Yes.
Board Member Blemure, Vice Chair Blemure.
Yes.
And Board Member Fleury-Mont.
Yes.
So this also passes with a 5-1.
One question, if I texted the company, if she decide to not moving forward with the price,
Okay, so
What
if
is
she
the
decide
plan?
not to move forward with the price, we ask that she communicate that by 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, and then as a board, we have a responsibility to get somebody within the price of $17.50 for 65 people.
okay.
This is the very reason why
Yeah.
I requested that those that had a contract for this conference be present, because you would not know how the conversation will go as we are deliberating on how much we are to spend versus what we have.
Okay,
And
she
so-
replied, 1900, share included for 65, I will get the room. Okay, it's 1900, she said, she will do it for 1900.
Dr. Florima, we just voted. It's $17.50.
Okay.
Okay, then if we want to, if we would like to agree for an additional price, then we have to raise that money. But we are not going to clean out our bank account, in the month of June, knowing that there's still a couple of months left to go and we have other events on the calendar. It is extremely important as we move forward that we present our budgets at least 3 to 4 weeks before an event, so that we do not have these
There's
situations.
something that missing here, the plaques for the five, we didn't add it, for the 5, the My Story panel, 5 awards.
Dr. Emanuela, did you see I was very adamant about you giving me the items? Okay, we're gonna go, no problem, we're gonna go again.
All right, I want to put a motion in to retract the vote that we just took, confirming the budget for the second annual Women's Conference, so that we may go over all of the items needed to be covered.
So move.
5 awards for,
So let's take it from the top, Dr.
Okay.
Florimon.
mhm.
Okay, so you got $17.50 for decor, $300 for a DJ, $200 for photography, $125 for a fitness coach. What else do you have?
The awards,
How much are the
5,
awards?
it's $48 piece, the one that we choose.
So
I
that's
bring it-
$200 for awards.
Yes.
Do you have anything else, Dr. Florimon?
That's, so far, nope.
Dr. Florimon, do you have anything else?
No, I don't have nothing else. So you guys,
So-
choose this one, this award. So I bring it again, so all of you can see it.
Okay, great. So I am going to put another motion on the floor to approve $2,575 for the North Miami Commission for Women 2024 Second Annual Women Health and Wellness Conference. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second.
2,500.
$2,575.00.
There's a motion made by Dr. Blemure to approve the budget for the second annual Health and Wellness Conference in the amount of $2,575. It was seconded by Board Member Dr. Flaherty. Board Member Gampier, how do you vote?
Yes.
Board Member Demerit, how do you vote? Vice Chair Demerit, how do you vote?
Yes.
Chair Blemure, how do you vote?
Yes.
Board Member Glickman, how do you vote?
Yes.
And Board Member Flaherty, how do you vote?
Yes.
Passes with a 5-1 vote.
Okay, we're going to move quickly to our next item. Establish a process and letter to recruit interns and volunteers. We're going to ask our Chief of Staff, Madame Filippo, to please put a letter together by where we can share it with FIU and young professionals in the community who would be interested in partnering, or I would say volunteering on the Commission for Women. If it can be a letter and a flyer, because that flyer can go out to all of the women in the city, and then we can create a process by which we receive their applications, and then we can vote and see if we can get a healthy team of 12 women from the city of North Miami to volunteer on this board.
Okay, no problem. Is there a deadline? Would you like this to be perhaps done and completed before your next board meeting to discuss, or?
If we can have the letter prepared before the next board meeting, that would be great. All right, moving quickly to our next item, discussing outstanding administrative requests. So I do understand that we have an email, correct? And it is set up and it is ready to go.
I have I have some updates. I have all
Okay.
the updates actually, rather.
Excellent.
Request. So for email, yes, that's completed. You have an email. What is being finalized is you having access to that email, but staff has access and have sent out letters and emails on your behalf of the commission from that email address. Specifically, the invitations that were sent to the proposed panelists and participants of the conference. So those came out through the Commission for Women email. So that is complete. The 2 banners and 1 step-in repeat, those were also completed. The reorder, that is actually to be delivered by close of business tomorrow. So you guys can have for the conference on Saturday.
Excellent.
Yes. Nameplates, I believe those were also reordered, which have already are there. Business cards. To go to the business cards, which are on your right in front of you. As you know, we are a location of like processes. Our communications director, who actually started in March, she used to work at the city years ago and came back. One of the things that she is trying to reestablish is ensuring the branding of the city. So we do have a brand and style guideline for the city of North Miami. Although she was not here when you guys created your logo, one of the recommendations would have been to kind of have it closer to the style and branding of the city. Hence why there are 2 designs. The first design, which is design 1, has the city of North Miami branding colors and style guide for your business card proposal. The second one coincides with your current logo and colors. That's why 2 options were provided, but I had to give the explanation. One of the things I did mention, since communications does, I oversee communications, I did explain to them that one of the challenges that I've been voicing since I've kind of stepped in and assisting with this commission is actually reintroducing and having a SOP or as far as regulation and how we proceed with a lot of the requests, this being one of them. So I at least wanted to provide you guys with the options and where the recommendation came from our communications director. I did verify, since you guys don't have the physical cards, but it is the same printer for the banners, and they did confirm as long as we provide them the decision by tomorrow morning, that they will have it for us by close of business tomorrow as well, so you can have for your conference on Saturday.
Thank you so very much. So
So at this time, you guys can choose design 1 or 2, which you guys have in front of you, and then after that, I can continue with the rest of my updates. But unless you want me to finish, and then we go back to voting on the design.
let's let you finish.
Okay. So that's the business card. The monthly flyer, I know there was a proposed one that was provided. I am trying to have Dr. Blemire, chair, to speak with our graphic designer, because we want to ensure that your idea of what you're saying you envision is actually realized. So that's why I know we attempted once or twice. We just need to have a follow-up with our graphic designer so we can have a finalize on your proposals on the changes you'd like to see made on the flyer. That's really why that hasn't been done yet or completed. So we just need to schedule that. Social media account, I think I was advised you guys had one from before, so it just needs to be reestablished. And then obviously between whoever is able to oversee it and like actually maintain it is probably where we would also have to have a discussion. At this time, I do not have a person to do that, but we can definitely try to identify. But first, I gotta go through our communications department. I believe they're the ones that have the different accounts that are from the city or that were established and how that actually was created, because we can't have more than one of the same social media handling. So that's just another thing that I'm still finalizing to work on. But meanwhile, as you guys can see, we did share a lot of the Commission for Women things on the city's side. So that is still something that we established, but not to take away that you guys need your own. That's what everybody does, right? Has their social media, and that's how information's out. So those are the two pending items on that part. The professional headshots and apparel are the ones that the apparel, I'm not sure that there's an issue with that one. It's just probably just trying to solidify an actual shirt, what exactly it is that you guys want. So we'll just get more directives on what it is that you guys are looking for.
Mm-hmm.
The professional headshots, that is where I am also following up through my legal proceedings of figuring out how that would be done, because we've never had that done for any of our commissions or boards for that. I know that that's usually procured through an outside vendor for the directors and our elected officials, but not necessarily for board members. So once I get the legal opinion on how to proceed on that, I will share. And the webpage, as I meant, I know that's a request that's also pending. It's just a landing page. It wouldn't be a web page, a landing page on the city website for the board. You currently have one, as I mentioned, to all the boards have one. That's where it has the information of where you guys meet, how often you meet, how you were established. That's where now you have your email address, where the people who know what email address to contact. And then I believe it lists the board members and who appointed you and what your terms are. So you currently have one, but I believe you want additional things to be included there. So Dunia, who's the right person to have that conversation, I just need to follow up with her and ensure that we have all that information to be included. One thing I'm not sure is your mission statement. I don't think that has been shared with us. So those are things that I know Dunia is going to ask me. And I know that's where the headshots come in. At this time, as I am pending legal opinion on that, how to proceed, if you guys have a professional headshot, I don't think that would be opposed to. I'll give you an example. I just recently found out that in updating the website for the city manager's page, which if Eunice is listening, I'm late with providing her my bio, because that was provided for the interim manager and deputy interim. And she's like, well, you're the only one that doesn't have one there. So I know the purpose of having it uniformed, but we are still trying to navigate on how to have that completed. So if you, as professionals, have your own professional headshot, I will also discuss on having that there in the interim, that we can figure out exactly how we can proceed with that. For the event on Saturday, Fiola, our Deputy Chief of Staff, has been working behind the scenes and exclusively with Board Member Flaherty when it came to providing her the information I was advised she's the one overseeing the program of the event. So for the invitations, the letters of the invitations and flyer were sent out from, as I mentioned, your email, the North Miami Commission for Women email. So far for the panelists, Dr. Nicola was not available, but Madam City Clerk Vanessa Joseph has accepted and has provided her bio and picture. So Dr. Flaherty has that. Dr. Eugenie Premier has also accepted, and bio and photographer photo has also been received and shared. And Ms. Gypsy Metelus has also accepted, bio and picture was also received. The performer, Ms. Wilda Cassandra, has also accepted. Her bio and picture were also provided. And speakers, the fitness coach, Davis Saint-Louis, also accepted, bio and picture received. And finance, Ms. Jennifer Metelus, there hasn't been a final decision or response from her.
Yeah, before I came here, me and Dr. Blemire, we was talking to her. She will be there.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't believe we've received her information, like her bio, unless
Yeah.
you guys have that
Well,
already.
she was in a meeting, but
Okay.
she will call me. I will send her a text, so for
Okay,
her
it's a
to
reminder.
remind her.
Okay, not a problem. But she's also printed them, but I know you don't need an actual printed copy. But from my understanding, Dr. Flaherty, you've received them, and I'm not sure
Yes,
how
I
you're.
have them.
So then you guys, I don't know if it's a PowerPoint, how you guys are setting up the program.
I have my graphic designer.
Okay,
working
who's
with
doing
it
working
right
on
now,
that?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So I just wanted to make sure. The certificates for the speakers, panelists, and other participants have been printed. We are just waiting for the vice mayor to sign them. She should sign them by tomorrow, so you can have for Saturday. And the proclamation for MJD is prepared, but we're just pending the information for UM. Dr.
Yes.
Flaherty.
I spoke with Tiverside, which is the one that in charge to send me the information. Before I came here, she said, let me check my email to see if she sent it. No, but I may have it in the morning, early
Okay,
in the morning.
yes. So if we can share that so we can
Yeah,
have
we-
that completed. Also, just following up, the communications has also promoted the flyer with e-blast and social media with the registration link. Ms. Dunia has also included the flyer on the city website and different promo platforms like downstairs and things like that. I mentioned already about the inventory of equipment. As I mentioned, the information for UM, she's still waiting for. Picture and bio for the speakers. There's a Miss Shirley King.
Yes.
Okay, okay. There's a Dr. Sandra Anderson, a Miss Dawn Breeden. These are still pending. We haven't received the information for them.
No, we have everything. but,
Okay, so
yes,
she
I-
hasn't received it. So if you have it, just if you can advise her.
Yeah,
that
I
you have
sent it to her. I told her I sent it to her tonight.
Okay.
But I have everything. I have all the bios.
Okay,
all
so if you
the-
have theirs, she
Yeah.
just needs to know you have them, but she provided what was asked. So the letters to local university and seeking insurance and volunteers, I believe that was asked at the last meeting, so we're gonna follow up and ensure you have that before the next meeting. But as I mentioned, the business cards, the banners, and step repeat are scheduled to be delivered by tomorrow afternoon. So that it completes all of the updates.
Excellent, thank you so very much. So you mentioned a couple of things that we have to follow up on. First,
One more, I apologize. Dr. Flaherty, also the setup, the layout on how you would like the rooms to be set up. Our Parks and Recreation Department, particularly the Galvin Center, needs to have a layout, the number of tables, chairs, and where, if you're having like a stage or the riser or anything, they need to know where and how you'd like that setup done. I'm not sure if maybe stopping by tomorrow or just providing a little picture or email, because they need to set up before, most likely they'll set up tomorrow afternoon before they close the center for your morning event.
I asked Dr. Deleka if I can go directly to talk to Christine, or if you guys will talk to her.
So that's fine. It's if you speak with Miss Christine directly, we just need to know, or if
What
it's
the
via
layout.
email, confirming that the conversation took place and what it was. We just want to ensure communication was done.
Okay, what I'm gonna do, I am gonna contact the decor person to
Mhm.
tell me what she has in mind. But we know that we agree on 65 people. Yeah, we agree on 65 people. So the rest, it's gonna be between me, the decor, and Miss Christine, and then I will follow up with you and let you know what is the outcome is.
Okay.
Okay, so just to clarify, we agreed on 65 people, and we will add benches, the benches
Okay.
from the foyer
Outside.
inside, so that if there is
Oh.
more, we can balance it out
You remember last year we used those
for the panel.
for the panel.
Okay,
So in case
But they have
we-
chairs. Like if you ever need extra chairs, they
we
can
can
bring
pull
out
them
more
out.
chairs.
Okay.
Okay, so we have to come with extra tablecloth and in
Just
case,
in case.
yeah, we need so
Just in case. They can pull out. There's staff to assist with pulling out in case you need.
more
But
people.
all right. But yes.
Excellent. And I just want to make sure, last year we were there putting up the step and repeat by ourselves. If we
Yes.
can make sure that there's a staff member there to set it up, you know,
Okay.
someone who's
Strong.
strong. Okay, ladies, thank you so very much, Katya. We really appreciate all of your help
Very nicely
and
done.
the
Thank
work
you.
that you have done. This is another reminder why we
The
should
director.
have an executive director. At this time, we're going to move quickly on voting on the business card. We have two options presented. At this time, we're going to ask Commissioner Rose, which one do you prefer?
Based on what we have already, I will go with design 2.
Excellent.
Good choice.
Vice Chair, Dr. Demerit, which one do you prefer?
I also like design 2, as long as the back of the card or front of the card also matches those same
Yes, it
colors.
does. It would be the same. She just didn't. They didn't send us the back to be, repetitive. But it'll be the same colors as in the
Excellent.
back. Yeah.
Number 2.
Okay, great. I also go with number 2, just requesting that our email is placed on it.
Yes, there.
Oh, the
Okay.
email, the commission email.
Yes, so email on the front.
It's it's on the back.
Oh, it is
All
on
the
the.
Yes,
details.
there,
So
yes,
if you
there.
look at the design 1,
Mhm.
the information on design 1 will be on design 2.
I
It just
know.
will be the color.
I know
Yes,
that.
this is-
Yeah, no,
I
I
know
know.
that.
Just
Okay.
advising.
Yep.
All right, excellent.
I vote number 2.
Yes.
Thank
Okay. no
Number
problem.
2. Okay, so as I'm looking at it, if we have the address on the front, we don't need the address on the back.
Oh, I see.
No, so then
Okay,
the
so we
back.
can tell them to remove.
Yeah,
the
so,
address.
so let's just make some, why don't we do, let me just take the
Oh,
vote and
you know
then.
what? You know what that says?
Mhm.
It's letting you know when their meetings are and where.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
Commission for Women.
There's a reason for that.
Okay, so then it should just say council chambers, second floor,
Mhm.
and then the address.
Yes.
Okay, and then.
Where? In the front or in the back?
In the back.
The back.
Okay, so then remove the address.
No, so the front is fine, we're just requesting that you add the email address.
It's already on the.
No, but what I'm saying, it's already on the back. The email address is there at the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's there.
okay.
It has your social media handlings, which we have to just, like I said, make sure you have access.
So I think we just need to, and it just looks too cumbersome in the back. So I would say that we should have, and this is why I have the branding expert who was supposed to do a presentation, who unfortunately last week we could not have the meeting. However, in branding, it needs to be consistent. So when it comes to Facebook, Instagram, and X, correct?
Yes, X is your Twitter.
Okay, so we have 3 pages. We should identify a handle that works for all 3 pages. And then on the back of the business
They
card,
just have the
you
logos.
just have the logos and
Yeah.
then you @. Should be consistent no matter what social media page you are on. You should be able to find us at one @.
Yes.
So that is going to be the first thing that I request, that we identify one @ that works for all 3. And I
Okay.
didn't want to be the one to do that presentation, although I do have the ability to brand. I wanted that to be communicated from a professional. But since we're here and we're talking about the business card, I will suggest that. So we are going to identify one ad that works for all
So
three.
the thing is, I believe this already exists for you, which is
We
why,
can change the handles.
okay.
We can change handles.
So are we doing that before the cards?
Yes,
Or we're
yes,
not gonna
yes.
do the cards?
No. We're going to change, we're going to identify one handle that works for all three before we print the cards.
Okay.
Because then you won't have all three handles.
Sure, no, I understand that piece. What I'm saying is, I believe the effort was trying to get this for us by Saturday. Who is going to
Yes.
do that work? of
No, you don't need it for Saturday?
We're not gonna be able to get it by Saturday.
Okay.
she-
No, there's
she
changes.
said-
She-
Yeah, because
the
there's
printing did
changes.
say they could,
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
but-
there's changes. So if there's
yeah,
no
there's
rush for the
changing.
card, you have everything else.
I mean, it would be great, but now that.
Yeah, you want it to be done
Correctly.
correctly. Okay.
Okay, so Commission for Women meeting, Commission for Women meeting, it should say meetings, it should say meeting. Because when I first glanced at it, I didn't immediately know that you're communicating to me when the meetings are. Okay?
So if you could drop that closer to the actual place of the meetings?
Correct. You follow me? You see? Okay, so then if we can make those corrections, I'm a yes, and then just for the interest of
what I
time,
would
I'll
suggest.
send an email.
Correct. So I know, Dr. Flairmont, you also choose the
Second?
design two.
Yeah.
Just wanted to
Yeah.
confirm. Okay.
Excellent, and then Narissa, yes. Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
she did. She told me. So at least we have the color. We can work on the details since we're not rushing for tomorrow. So
Perfect.
thank you.
All right, great. Now, there was another item that you asked for us to,
No, it's for the flyer, which we just need to discuss with the graphic designer.
okay, perfect. And then, the professional shots for the webpage. Can Dunya come out for a second? I just wanted to clarify, what we wanted to make that landing page, more inviting. You know, it's just a landing page for women in a city should just be a lot more inviting, right? And when you go on it, you should be interested or it should pique your curiosity to know what the women are doing. For example, tonight we voted on quarterly events. That should go on the landing page. Because the next time a woman is surfing and she lands on that page, she should know that every quarter we are meeting.
So you
Dunya,
provide
please.
to have updates on the
Yes.
page.
And because one of the biggest initiatives we're going to have on the landing page is the 50 female startup. Okay, Junior, please, if you could come forward. So we were just discussing the webpage. We were discussing about having a landing page that is more attractive
Mhm.
and to really pull the woman into going to that page on a regular basis to find out what the commission is doing and
Mhm.
to update it regularly with initiatives that we are rolling out. And I know that Madame Filippo talked about the headshots. If obviously we're all professionals, some of us have professional headshots, some of us don't. If we do have headshots that we're comfortable with and we submit that, would you take that and just wait for the other woman to present theirs and then you can update the site?
Okay, let's start with the information that you want in the page.
Mm-hmm.
I have to see that. I need to talk with Chief of Staff because right now our board pages, they are consistent. I mean, for consistency, they have, certain information. As, your name, who appointed you, dates,
We
and
want to
all of
keep that information.
Yes,
We just
so,
want to add.
Yes, now I need to see how am I gonna do, so it's kind of, you just don't go and see all of that. So I need to
There's a process,
research.
like the way to
Yeah.
actually place it. So
Yes.
just also what Dunya means is that the way that the site is done, it's like a templates. There's
Yeah.
templates on how the site's built. That's the way that if you look at other municipalities, they have Civic Plus. This is the template of what we're using to build our website.
Got
Yeah,
it.
I know one of the things our communications director is doing is reviewing on updating our website. But until then, that's the template. So what she's saying is about how to strategically add
Yeah.
that information
I'll see that.
within the template. So it's not
Thank you.
it's not a yes or no. It's us
Yeah.
How
having
we're gonna
to
do it.
Correct.
Yeah,
Okay.
now with the pictures, I mean, just submit what, what you have, then I'm gonna put photo coming later or photo coming soon or something,
Okay, we can do that. So all commissioners will submit their pictures to Dunya within 5 days?
They would send it to me,
Okay.
and then I will follow up with Dunya.
Yeah.
Okay, so all commissioners will submit their professional headshots to Madam Katia Filippo within 5 business days. Is that okay? Excellent. And if you do not have one, then we can figure out how we would make sure that you get a headshot. Dunya, Madam Filippo did ask us for a mission statement. We will submit that to you because we would like that to go on the site. And I would propose that we come up with a slogan for the Commission for Women that would headline the webpage. Are we in agreement?
Of course.
Excellent. Okay, does any of the commissioners have any questions for Dunya? Okay, great. Thank you so
you.
very much, Dunya.
Before Dr. Blumier, we would like to have the meeting in our page, live in our page too. It's possible to
Which
have
page?
that? The Women
It's-
Commission page.
It's gonna be kind of complicated because we already have YouTube live stream and Nomi TV. And when I advertise on TV or on our website, the links are already there.
Okay.
It's gonna be
Okay.
too many links to follow. So for
Okay.
consistency, for all our meetings go in live stream, YouTube. So it's gonna be way too
Okay.
many links.
The reason why I asked that, people are asking where they can watch
Gotcha.
the meeting. If it's, I say go on
It's
Facebook.
in the, yeah, it's in the calendar. When you go to the calendar, city calendar, it's there.
And on the cities,
The links are there.
YouTube too.
YouTube.
YouTube
I think
live
YouTube is the
stream.
quickest way to
Mhm.
find
YouTube
it.
live
Okay.
stream. Right now, you are in YouTube. You're in you are live stream. You are live.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
I didn't remember, and I didn't put makeup on today.
Thank you so
You are
very much.
beautiful.
Any other questions for Dunya?
No,
Dunya,
That's
thank you. Thank you so very
I'm gonna have
much.
questions later. I'm gonna follow up with chief of staff. Later. Right now, it's like yes, but I'm gonna have more questions. So.
Excellent.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. Okay, so we have 3 things to submit: our mission, our slogan, and our headshots. Okay? I believe we are done with this topic. Do we have any questions, concerns, suggestions? Okay, great. Moving along. We had pushed back meetings several times since I became chair, and I did not get an opportunity to present a 90-day plan that I wanted to work on. However, we have been working on the items that I had on the 90-day plan, and so I just want to review it with you all, and we can check off what has already been done, and then we can move forward. And so during the first month, which would have been the month of April, I wanted to work on the commission's branding, which was very important for us to establish as quick as possible. It had the emails, it had the 2 banners. I just want to confirm that for the conference, we will have both banners, right, Katya?
Correct.
Correct, thank you. The branding also included the letterhead. And at this time, I'm going to pass on the letterhead to everyone for a quick second if you have not seen it, because I would like for us to make some updates to the letterhead so that going forward, when the city is sending out letters, we already have a letterhead. Unfortunately, the letterhead that was submitted does not have the address, does not have a phone number, does not have an email. It just has a logo at the top and our names on the side. One of the main things that I would like to bring to your attention is that where our names are, it's a bit cumbersome because we have a lot of initials after. This is not the place for it. This is a letterhead for individuals who are going to be that we're inviting or we're sending out invitations to or requests from. We should keep it very clean and simple. The commissioner and their name. At this time, does anyone have any objections to that? So specifically, all of the letters after the names. It is very cumbersome on, if you are someone who's receiving a letter and you're looking to the left, we just needed to, we need to clean it up. It just needs to say the commissioner and their name.
Are you able to, sorry, the chair, are you able to also send that in an email the same way
Yes,
with
yes, I'm just
the
opening it,
instructions
yes.
for the changes for the business card?
Yes, so I'm just opening up for discussion. So at this time, Commissioner Grandpierre, your thoughts on having Commissioner at Large, Rose Michelle Grandpierre?
Yes.
Thank you. Dr. Demerit,
No
are you
objections.
opposing to having Dr. Magda Demerit Vice Chairwoman?
That's fine.
Mine would say Naomi E. Blemire, Chairwoman. Narissa Glitman,
Nothing.
it would say absolutely something. It would say Narissa Glitman, Commissioner. Emanuela, it would say Emanuela. Would you prefer Doctor?
No, I'm fine.
Emanuela Fleurimont, Commissioner. At this time, I'm going to put it to a vote so that we are clear that that is the will of the board. I would like to put a motion on the floor to update our letterhead with email, addressed, phone number, and the simplifying or the removal of initials behind our names on the letterhead. Do I have a second?
One thing, may I? Will you add also the social media handlers somewhere?
I like that. That would be great if we can do it at the bottom. Excellent, thank you.
And your automatic, electronic signature too, so, and the letter.
Excellent, yes, we can have that. Electronic signature and handles, social media handles and the bottom. Okay. Anything else? Okay, wonderful. And we are almost there, ladies. we are almost there. As we move down to the next item, I know it's a lot. It's a lot, and we have not been able to go through everything. Okay, we talked about the generic flyer. Okay, great. The next item for the month of April we were to work on was relationship development, which meant that we would send out letters of introduction to all HOAs within the city of North Miami, to all women-owned businesses in the city of North Miami. And that brings me to ask, do we have a directory of women-owned businesses?
I believe there has been a directory. I'm not sure how updated it is because during Women's History Month,
Mm-hmm.
there's a luncheon, and normally we reach out to them to participate.
Excellent. So then this is the list. All HOAs, all women in business, all women's commissions in surrounding cities. The commission for the state of Florida. And we know that there are 34 municipalities. However, we are unaware of how many of the 34 actually have a women's commission. And of course, we've already had an event with Miami-Dade County, but still, just for formality, sending them a letter as well. The Women's History Coalition of Miami-Dade County. That organization, the Women's Fund, and the Women's Club of Miami-Dade County. So these are the relationships that we would like to develop in sending out a letter to them. Okay, during the month of May, which was actually public service recognition, and since we were not able to go through this in March, it was actually the week of May 5th to the 11th, and so we were not able to actually recognize women who are in public service during that time. But we definitely want to ensure that next year we do put it in the calendar to acknowledge women who are in public service. Okay. There should be a specific time and place where we acknowledge women in business in the city, helping them to identify the resources that they need, and being a bridge between where they are and where they would like to be. Okay? Believe that we can also reach out to sororities that are friendly with the city. We can reach out to all Divine Nines and see which ones would like to collaborate with us, possibly bringing forth a mentorship program for young girls. I think that's something that the commission can look to. Jack and Jill, as well as the Links organization. And we actually do have a board member that is a member of the Links, Dr. Magda Demaret. And so if the city does need assistance with connecting with the local Links organization, I'm sure she would be able to assist in that way. Okay? And so for the month of June, outside of this conference, we would like to ensure that these letters are sent out and that we have had that first means of communication with these organizations. Any questions? Okay, great. Last but not least, as we know, as a Commission for Women, one of our main responsibilities is recommendation of policy. And so in the last 2.5 years that we have been meeting, we have not yet proposed any policies. And so I would like to request that every member within the next 30 days identify and present 2 policies that can have a positive impact on the female residents of the city and present it during our June 18th meeting. At this time, I would like to ask Commissioner Rose, do you have any concerns, questions about presenting possibly 2 policies that we can forward to this mayor and council?
Well, definitely I do have. However, there is a procedure, I believe, how to present it, etc. Probably we need a type of, I wouldn't say workshop, but a talk about how to present it so that
Oh, no,
we
we're not presenting to the mayor and council now. We're going to present what we would like amongst ourselves. We're going to vote on which ones we want to present to the mayor and council, and then we will identify what the process is. But for now, it's just happening amongst us.
Yeah, I understand that part. And I don't know if everyone here knows how to present a policy. This is something that we need to make sure that it happens before. Of course, we can have offline a conversation about that so that we go with it the same, with the same standard.
Do you
We
believe
have
that
the
we need
idea.
training?
A training may be interested
Okay,
in
I will
having,
no
yes,
problem.
for all of us, including the public.
Excellent.
Because it is also recommended that people listening to us, if they have ideas and policies or ideas of policies, to contribute as well, they are more than welcome to join the next meeting that we will have.
Excellent. I love that. I love that. I will definitely do some research and identify someone who can do a 30-minute, maybe 45-minute training for us in respect to us actually presenting to the board two policies. Thank you so very much, Commissioner Rose.
You're
Vice
welcome.
Chairwoman, Dr. Demerit.
No, at this time, it's pretty clear. I also agree with Rose Grand-Pierre about training. I think that would be super helpful, especially I know for me, I would really appreciate it.
Excellent. Thank you. Narissa Glitman?
That would be nice to have somebody to consult us, not really training for hours. We also, in North Miami, we have the Junior Achievement Organization here. They give a free service for business, and also they can give us advice, counseling us for this matter. So I would suggest that we can invite them to come and give us some counseling. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so very much. Dr. Floimo?
Yeah, totally agree with you. Ladies' education is best because since we are the first woman commission in the city, we need to educate ourselves. So when the next generation come, we establish something for them. They can make corrections, but they're not gonna, do all the work. And I think one of the Miami-Dade Women Commission, I've been following the step to see all the guidelines, et cetera, et cetera. I think if we can reach out to them or maybe order women commission to help us to grow, not grow like professional, to grow in this task that we have, so that will help us a lot.
Excellent. Thank you so very much, ladies. So we are in agreement in the next meeting, June 18th. We will come. I will work with staff to have a trainer or presentation on how to present policy and how to craft it and work together as a board. In addition to that, we each will come. We will each do our own research and identify two policies that we would like to present as well. And so this would be a work and learn meeting where we will have the person here to assist us, but we will also be able to present some ideas. Are we all in agreement?
Yeah, correct.
Correct.
Excellent, excellent.
Go.
At this time, I want to ask of staff if they can assist us in identifying such a person. Of course, we will work with you as well to identify such a person. Okay, at this time, public hearing is now open. Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Any questions, concerns from our fellow board members? None?
We've covered a lot.
Okay, announcements. So we know that this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. we will be at the Scott Galvin Center for our annual Women's Health and Wellness Conference. Last week, Commissioner Narissa Glitman and I had the great opportunity of participating in the Miami-Dade County Women's Commission for Women meeting where they had the status on women. And so we are currently working with the presenter in coming and actually reviewing the status on women in Miami-Dade County, identifying some challenges and some great opportunities for us to piggyback on the data that they've collected to better assist us in serving the women in the city. So I look forward to bringing that presentation, as well as Dr. Rose Gumpia mentioned yesterday, we had a phenomenal cocktail and conversation. We had our keynote speaker, none other than our city clerk, Vanessa Joseph Esquire, who did a phenomenal job just talking about women in general, what we bring to the table, and how we are enough. We are sufficient, and she went into civic engagement and how important that is. Also giving us a little history and background of women, Haitian women who have been very vital in the process of us becoming who we are, not just as a community, but as a vibrant community here in South Florida. So altogether, it was an excellent evening, and this is what led to us deciding to do it as a quarterly event. And so I just want to publicly thank everyone. It is a full 2 months since I have been the chairwoman, and I truly look forward to moving us forward in a way that we can all be proud of, and we can look back and say, this is what we contributed to the city of North Miami. Thank you so very much. At this time, I would like to present a motion to adjourn.
Madam Chair, before we adjourn, can I'm gonna take the time to congratulate Narisa because her daughter graduated to med school. Congratulations, proud mother, because we need a lot of good doctors in the field. So, and congratulations to other kids that graduated this week and that's gonna graduate. So we need you. Continue doing the good work, and then we are so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Florimar. Anyone else? Motion to adjourn.